Yeah, Arvind, you're audible. A very good morning and happy
Yeah,
Diwali to all the people.
yeah, same to you, Renzo. How are you? You have reached your home, or uh, earlier you will keep leaving, I mean to say, outside or same place?
Yeah, right now I'm at my home.
Thank you. That's good. So, good morning, thinkers and readers. Welcome to the Newspaper Nexus, where headlines meet headlines and every story sparks a new thought. I'm your host, Arvind, and together we'll decode today's news, not just read it. So, shall we start? We will start with the first participant, Raj. Are you there? Raj?
Yeah, hi, good morning to all.
Yeah, very good morning, Raj. How are you?
I'm
Happy
doing good.
Deepavali.
Happy Deepavali
Happy
to all.
Deepavali. So, your article number you have mentioned. I asked you
Mm,
in the chat box also.
It's 8. I mentioned it. It's 8.
Okay. Okay, go with your article. All the best.
Thank you. Okay, so the article is like Pakistan, Afghanistan signed truce agreement in Doha. Both sides decided to establish mechanism for lasting peace and stability. A statement said, after talks between the defense minister, the two neighbors also agreed to hold followed-up meeting. Pakistan and Afghanistan have agreed to an immediate ceasefire and setting up a mechanism to ensure lasting peace after a day of violent clashes along the border that left several soldiers, civilians, and terrorists dead on both sides. Officials said on Sunday the breakthrough came following negotiations between Pakistan Defense Minister Khwaja Asif and Afghanistan Acting Defense Minister Mullah Yaqoob in Doha, facilitated by Qatar and Turkey, according to a statement issued by the Qatar's foreign ministry. During the negotiation, both sides agreed to an immediate ceasefire and establishment of a mechanism to consolidate lasting peace and stability between the two countries. The statement read, the two neighbors also agreed to hold follow-up meeting in the coming days to ensure the implementation and the sustainability of the truce in a reliable and sustainable manner to achieve security and stability in the both countries. It is said that development comes amid the highlighted tensions along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border triggered by the cross-border clashes after alleged Pakistani airstrike near Kabul last week. The Doha talks began on Saturday with Pakistan urging that Afghan Taliban Authority to take verifiable action against the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, which Islamabad accused to launching cross-border terrorist attack from Afghan soil. The Foreign Office, in a statement on Saturday, said Pakistan had stressed the need for the Afghan Authority to honor their commitments to the international community and to address Islamabad's legitimate security concerns by taking verifiable action against terrorist entities. Pakistan appreciates the mediation effort of Qatar and hope these discussions contribute to peace and stability in the region. It says relations between the countries have remained strained since 2023. Islamabad has been repeatedly raising concerns over the use of Afghan soil by militants carrying out cross-border attacks. The situation further deteriorated following repeated terrorist attacks by TTP, including one in the restive Khyber Pakhtunkhwa or Qazi district recently, which claimed the lives of 11 military personnel, including a lieutenant colonel and a major. The Foreign Office on Wednesday announced that the temporary ceasefire have been agreed on Afghanistan for the next 48 hours amid the recent border hostilities. Later on Friday, the ceasefire was extended. However, hours after Islamabad and Kabul extended their 2 day ceasefire, Pakistan launched fresh air strike targeting terrorist hideout in Afghanistan late on Friday. 3 Afghan cricketers were among several people killed in the strike, which followed the terror attack at a military installation in North Waziristan claimed by TTP. Thank you. Okay. Now I have to summarize the whole. So here, the Pakistan and Afghanistan has a truce and not a good relation between them since 2023. Pakistan claimed that Tariq-e-Taliban, a militant group that resides in the Afghanistan and accomplished the terror target in Pakistan. Facing the same, Pakistan has issued a airstrike on Afghanistan in Kabul area. Then in retaliation, Afghanistan did the same. But after this, a ceasefire agreement for the 48 hours signed on the Wednesday, but it was again breached by Pakistan on Friday, in which 3 of the cricketers and along with many citizens killed from the Afghanistan side. Thereafter, in Qatar, in Doha, the capital of Qatar, Qatar and Turkey make as a mediation and a peace agreement signed between Pakistan and Afghanistan for a long-term peace and stability between the both countries. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raj, for reading and explaining the article very well. So, anybody else wants to add something here about the Pakistan and Afghanistan truce? Okay, nobody. Okay, thank you so much, Raj. Keep coming, keep enhancing yourself.
Thank you.
Now, JM, are you there?
Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning. Happy Deepavali.
Yeah, happy Diwali.
How are you?
I am fine. And you?
Yeah, I'm also good. Okay, so your article number is 16, right?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, go with your article. If you feel that is long, then let me know about. Okay, I will also share. Okay,
Okay.
okay, all the best.
Just a minute. I will.
Take your time. Guys, please participate as much as possible. Means if reader or participant is not able to explain more about the uh, article, or you are not getting the significance of the article, so at least you other person also can explain, so who know very well about the article, because everybody has his own areas of reading and interest also, a different type of interest everybody has. So everybody is unique here, not only here in the world. Everybody has his own ability to do. Am I right, Priyansu?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right, but Jane, please select an article which is a shorter one, as we are also waiting up for our turn. So it will difficult to be in that queue. Like divide the article between three if it's possible.
yeah. I am.
Okay. Start. Jay.
I, I can start.
Yeah, sure. All the best.
Yeah. All of you, happy Diwali, all of you, everyone. And today I am reading article 16.
What what happened, Jay?
Yeah. No.
You're already
I,
late.
yeah. I can
Hey,
start.
Jim, is it possible that you read first two columns and last
Yeah.
column I read, okay?
Okay. Best.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can start. A new era, a new arc of India-Australia collaboration. India's recent defense engagement with Australia reached a new milestone during a Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's visit to Canberra and Sydney. Earlier this month, for the inaugural Australia-India Defence Minister dialogue, the visit the first by an Indian Defence Minister to Australia in over a decade proceed key defence agreements that upgrade the relationship from declarative strategic converses toward greater operational cooperation. The discussion included a joint maritime security collaboration roadmap to advance maritime cooperation, as well as renewing strengthening the joint declaration on defense and security cooperation. Talks also covered an annual defense minister dialogue on implementing arrangement on mutual submarine rescue support and cooperation. Progress on operationalizing in the Australia-India implementing arrangement on year-to-year refueling signed in 2024. Expanded information sharing and the establishment of joint stop talks as a form to progress joint exercise operations and interoperability across domains. A deepening partnerships. What makes these outcomes notable is their operational and industrial content. The submarine rescue arrangement and joint staff talks establish mechanism for coordinated responses and contingency planning at sea. The year-to-year refueling implementation and increased interoperability commitments improve tactical reach and combined air operations and defense industry roundtables and offers by India's shipyards to support Australian flood maintenance styles. The logistics and sustainment oriented partnerships rather than just high level signaling. These are practical building blocks that enable more frequent, routinized cooperation across the Indian Ocean and Western Pacific littorals. India-Australia defense relationship has been evolving in three phases that help explain why this twist mattered. First, strategic convergence. India and Australia shared concern about India's unlawful accession under cult of rules-based Indo-Pacific created the current diplomatic conversations through Quad Australia, India, Japan, United States, and ministerial dialogues. Second, a deepening of operational ties. The last several years saw a growing exercise participation, information sharing, and logistic conversation, including bilateral talks on air refueling and exercise such as Talisman Sabir, which laid the groundwork for devising mechanism during the current meeting. Third, industrial and logistic convergence, both capitals have started looking beyond bilateral exercise to maintenance, defense industry collaboration and security supply chains and turning arsenal interoperability into longer-term sustains. The trajectory after bilateral defense partnership is hence evidently moving from warmwards to a shared maritime operational model. I got done. Arvind, you can reading?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to read. The critical reasons. The drivers behind this acceleration are both structural and pragmatic. Structurally, the changing balance of maritime power and Beijing's more coercive behavior have incentivized middle paths to reduce operational gaps and create redundancy in defense linkages. Practically, uncertainties about the reliability of any single external security provider have prompted India and Australia to strengthen their bilateral mechanism, including logistics support, rescue cooperation, and defense industrial ties, thereby reducing the operational friction costs associated with crisis cooperation. The developments concerning AU-KUS, Australia, the United Kingdom, and the US, and Australia's growing access to advanced platforms also created new demand for interoperability with regional partners, which is an opportunity that India can partially fill given its shipbuilding and repair capabilities. India and Australia's defense partnership rests on a fusion of complementary strengths: India's scale and geography with Australia's technology and innovation. India's defense production reached a record 1.5 lakh crore rupees in financial year 2024-25. Uh, Reflecting the success of its Make in India and Innovations for Defense Excellence (IDEX) initiatives that have built a cost-effective, innovation-driven industrial ecosystem. Its maritime geography astride vital sea lanes in the Indian Ocean and growing capabilities in domain awareness, logistics, and submarine rescue give India significant regional reach. Australia, meanwhile, complements this with advanced maritime and undersea technologies, including the P-8A Poseidon, MQ-4C Triton, and the Ghost Shark, an autonomous submarine. Supported by strong research and development, Canberra brings technologies depth and alliance-linked expertise. Together, India's industrial capacity and cost advantage align with Australia's high-end systems and innovation, creating a resilient, mutually reinforcing defense relationship. This synergy enhances the ability of both countries to sustain operations, co-develop technologies, and shape a stable Indo-Pacific maritime order. Political economy and foreign policy signaling also matter. The relationship initially elevated to a strategic partnership in 2009 and further advanced to comprehensive strategic partnerships (ESP) in 2020. Rest on a foundation of shared democratic values, expanding economic linkage, and deepening people-to-people connections. For Canberra, deepening ties with New Delhi diversifies security partnership in the Indo-Pacific. For New Delhi, India, Australia is a like-minded partner that can expand India's reach in the southern Indo-Pacific while bolstering maritime domain awareness and industrial cooperation. At the bureaucratic level, creating annual ministerial and joint staff mechanism institutionalizes the relationship so that cooperation survives political cycles and episodic strategic disruptions. Looking ahead, the discussions during Mr. Singh's visit are significant but calibrated while being incremental, reversible, and oriented towards interoperability and crisis management rather than binding security guarantees. The following steps to watch would be the pace of implementing logistics and ship repair arrangements, the depth of classified information sharing frameworks, concrete defense industrial joint projects, and how Canberra and New Delhi align these practical ties with the broader Quad activity. If implemented steadily, the arrangements signed during the visit will make India-Australia defence cooperation more routinized, operationally meaningful, and strategically consequential for Indo-Pacific maritime stability. Yeah, I completed. It was some tough vocabs in between, tough to read. Okay, JM, can you summarize
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to first to prepare summarize. Yeah. Today I made an article, New Era of India-Australia Collaboration. This is a very important article because India defends economic cooperation various countries. This is one of the one Australia. Last week, Rajnath Singh visit to Canberra and Sydney is this inaugural edition of Defence Ministers Dialogue. This meeting important India because many security relation roadmap and advanced maritime cooperation and strengthening military operations. India Australia various type of exercise conducting in 2024. Example air to air exercise and naval exercise and this partnership air operations and defense industry. Same thing, India Australia summit in coordination and yeah, I got done.
Okay, JM.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now I'm going to explain something about what I know about. Actually, yesterday we also read about the India-Australia article. So it was about that, in Australia, more immigrants are there from Asia, from India, and many from many countries. People are living there. And in India, we have a more original people, like we don't have more immigrants. So we have a same type of things like in Australia, many people from the different countries are living there and they are united to each other and they are sharing their cultures and many things. And in India, we are living with in different states and with different languages. Still, we are united, like we are living like unity in diversity. So for that purpose, now we both are same to each other, at least in applying these things. So now Rajnath Singh went to Canberra and we decided to strong or relations between India and Australia and related to security, trade, education, technology, and regional pieces. So we are trying to ensure a strong partnership in the Indo-Pacific region. So what I say earlier, as India-Australia relation was not good. I still remember about the like some cricketer they were abusing sometimes. It was happening, and sometimes some Indians were thrown out from the Australia, and some events happened earlier. I just remember. So I don't have more content to explain about because I'm very weak in international relations. I'm trying to explain myself. Okay, so anybody else want to add something about this article? So please.
Yeah, I would love to, but I also not that fond of international politics. But
Yeah.
still, as we can see in the Article 51 itself, that it's a responsibility of the state to promote the international peace and security. And India's shift from only a declarative to a strategic maritime exercise in this kind of thing is a good move. And this is a evolution of Indo-Pacific diplomacy. Basically, the regional security architecture and how the India will maintain its own strategic autonomy with a quad and allied structure and have to maintain its like what we say its own independence. And there are a lot of things discussed in this article. First of all, the Joint Defense Minister dialogue, which is first in a decade, and mutual submarine rescue support agreement and air-to-air refueling pact, joint staff talks, information sharing and logistic convergence, and comprehensive strategic partnership. Basically, there are a lot of things to be discussed in this article, and you can read further. But basically, the crux of this article is that we are making a shift from symbolic diplomacy to having an operationalized implementation or actual on the ground reality, in the practical terms, that will ultimately bolster or boost the India's defense industrial capacity and the capability. But side by side, that will also very important to take into consideration that how India will balance uh, between the Quad and the ASEAN as to just avoid any the kind of conflict of interest between the two regions so that it will ensure their own national interest, but side by side not depleting or over interfering in the rights of others. Like there are ideological warfare between the nations also. But I think that India is well and it will maintain their strategic independence and the commitment to the peaceful existence of like all the agreement on international peace and security partnership, and we will just be run on the rule of law. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chance, for explaining. Yeah, really, it's a tough article. We have, if we read it at least 3 to 4 times, then we will come to understand about more terminology are being used here. So now, next participant, Siddhi, are you there? Siddhi,
Sir,
very good morning. Happy Deepavali. What happened?
I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible. Happy Deepavali, I said.
Happy Diwali, sir, and happy Diwali, all of. Uh,
Hmm. Still you have problem, something. Okay. Because you are at your place, you are at your home, right? That's why. Okay.
yeah. So my article number is
18, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. If it is long, so you can divide also. I'm here to share.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go with your article. All the best.
Thank you.
Hey
Say
Arvind,
we
have a
crack
good
down.
Yeah.
I would
Like,
also like to take one.
Uh,
So,
uh,
did
one
you edit my
minute.
name?
Yeah, registered the
wait,
name
I
and
will.
the website. Okay, Himmat.
Siddhi was adding my name.
Okay, we will add your name. Okay, wait for some time. Yeah, Siddhi, ma'am, you start.
SEBI crackdown on inside trading, how traders exploited CERC data to profit from IEX stock. In an unusual crackdown on a major case of insider trading in the shares of Exchange India Energy Exchange using a published price-sensitive information from another regulator. Central Electricity Regulatory Commission, the Secretaries and Exchange Board of India has ordered impounding of rupees 170.44 crore from each individuals and prevented them from dealing in the markets unital for their orders. The 8 individuals or notices 1 to 8 listed by the SEBI included Bhuvan Singh, Amarjit Singh, Soren, Amita, Soren, Anita, Narendra Kumar, Virender Singh, Bindu Sharma, and Sanjeev Kumar. The CV
Continue, Siddhi. What happened, Siddhi?
Hello, sir. Now I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, thank you. The SEBI order issued on October 15 say that there and evidence of confidential documents and communication relating to CERC recovered from the mobile phone of Bhuvan Singh. It also has evidence of Sanjeev Kumar watching live streaming of the CERC meeting on July 15, 2025 from the adjoining room. Besides, there were frequent communications and meetings between officials of CERC and Bhuvan Singh and Sanjeev Kumar. Inside info from CERC on July 23, 2025, CERC issued an order for implementing market coupling. Market coupling involves the centralizes matching of bytes from various power exchanges to arrive at the uniform market clearing price. This move was amid it achieving price conservations across different electricity markets and streamlining the process of price discovery. Currently, each power exchange determines its price based on demand and supply. With the new framework of market coupling, it was from Ferris observes that IEX was expected to lose control over price discovering in the Day-ahead market segment due to market coupling and similar exchanges like Power Exchange of India and Hindustan Power Exchange getting access to some volume of trades. Accordingly, it was price observed that the implementation of market coupling mechanism was expected to negatively affected trading value on IEX in the DAM segment. Preliminary examinations for their revolved that there was a significant movement in the price and volume traded in the script of IEX on the next day after the CERC order, i.e. on July 2025, the SEBI order says. The CERC order led to fall in price in the script of IEX and an increase in the volume of derivatives of peace put European opposition was observed was that CERC order was made public on July 23 and 2025. Price of the script opened at rupees 169.10 and closed at rupees 132.32 on July 24, SEBI said. Sir, if you want to read, so you can.
Okay, sure. Where you finished, SEBI said, right? 132 rupees on July 24th, SEBI said. You completed?
Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. Can I read?
Yeah.
Rest of
Yeah, Peksha, you
sorry.
can.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
SEBI notices insider trading, right? Yes. I'm audible?
Yeah, picture you're audible and you're right
Okay.
from that para
Okay.
itself.
Okay. SEBI notices insider trading. SEBI conducted a suo motu prime, prime, preliminary examination after taking cognizance of the significant fall in price of shares in the scrip of Indian energy exchanges following the announcement made by CRC on July 23, 2025. After market hours, while the examination was being cried out, SEBI also received a complaint alleging insider trading in the script. Human goes alleged ill-gotten gains have been made by notices by executing trades with great precision and timing and at the cost of innocent investors who had no prior access about the impending fall in the price owing to the CRC order. The order said immediate action is also required against notices to prevent the alleged ill-gotten gains from going beyond the regulatory reach. Part of the alleged ill-gotten gains has already been transferred to certain connected entities by notices. There is apprehension that the notices may further transfer the alleged ill-gotten gains. SEBI whole-time member Kamlesh C. Varshani said in his order dated October 15. SEBI noted that the notices had carried out very few trades before and after the period under review. However, their trending activity rose sharply during the time they had access to unpublished price sensitive information. This SEBI said clearly so how their trading pattern was designed to take advantage to the expected fall in the share price of IEX. By by doing so, they were able to multiply their profits significantly through put option grades, revealing a well-planned scheme to benefit from insider information. The modus operandi involved sharing of crucial information relating the regulatory actions that emanated from a regulator and which was bound to have severe impact on the listed securities of IEX. Such action create an information imbalance amongst investors, leaving them at a disadvantage due to their lack of access to the confidential information held by individuals who can have access to such information owing their influential contacts, it said. So, over. Hello.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Apecha, completing it. And Siddhi, you want to conclude something?
Yes, sir. First, audible. Yeah. Sir?
Yeah, you complete as soon as possible because yeah,
Yeah.
it can be your network maybe.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so yes, now I will conclude this article. So, this article is talk about Secretaries and Exchange Board of India. So, crackdown on insider trading involving share of Indian Energy Exchange. So, SEVI means Secretary and of India found that some individual uses confidential data from the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission to make illegal profits. So, uh, Secretaries and Exchange Board of India discovered that 8 people had inside information from Central Electricity Regulatory Commission about upcoming market rules affecting power prices. That and unpublished price sensitive information means short form is UPSI was used to trade IEX share before the new become public and and July 2023 2025 data of Central Electricity Regulatory Commission order that when price rose earning around rupees 170.14 crore in illegal gains. So that's this case is highlighted how regulatory decisions were exploited for personal gain, and secretaries and exchange would frame a stance to ensure market transparency and fairness. So that's all from my side.
Yeah, Apecha, you want to conclude in your way?
So thank you, Siddhi, to explain how, part of this article. Uh, so as you conclude this part. So I conclude next. So basically, SEBI found that some people called notices made huge illegal profits by uh, using insider information before an order by the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission, CRC. So caused a fall in the Indian Energy Exchange share price. So they also use private price sensitive information to trade cleverly and earn unfair gains, while ordinary investor who didn't have this information suffered losses. And also said this was a planned insider trading scheme where confidential information from regulators was shared ill, illegally to benefit certain traders, and also profits were even moved to other connected entities. So the order said strict and immediate action is needed to stop such insider trading and protect fairness in the stock market. So this is from my side. Thank you, Siddhi, and thank you, Sir Arvind sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Picha, for explaining, and Siddhi also. Yeah, you both have done very well. So thank you. Keep coming. Keep enhancing yourself. And somebody else want to add something? Priyanshu or any other person want to add something related to this article? Because
I
really,
want
this
to,
yeah, sure.
but I like want other participant if they wanted to, they can share. Otherwise, I will. Okay.
You start, and after that, if somebody's, then they will say.
Okay. Thank you, Arvind, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Basically, this article has already concluded by both the participants, the Apeksha and Siddhi ma'am, Apeksha ma'am itself, that this article is revolving around insider trading. Basically, the insider trading are covered under the ambit of the SEBI Act. SEBI basically means the Securities Exchange Board of India. Any stock, any other kind of things which is there in the market. So basically, the SEBI is a regulator, watchdog, and plays a role of preventive. Like if any of the kind of companies are doing any manipulative practices, they will have a work as a watchdog if they see any other kind of thing which is not in accordance with the rule and conscience of the SEBI's Act and policy. And they do have the power of certain Caesar, but specifically in SEBI Act 1992, under Section 12A itself, which is written what is an insider trading and who is actually an insider. So basically, whosoever having a connection with an unpublished price sensitive information. So it's a very significant thing to be understand that what is the unpublished price sensitive information. So there are a lot of time companies meeting annual general meeting or in the middle of the year there are a lot of meetings which have the tendency to just boost the price, increase the price, or to loosen the price. That's why it is a very sensitive information that will decide the fate of the stocks and the prices. So there are a lot of person includes in that either director, auditor, banker, and the person who is involved in or the board of director in the meeting itself. So that's why it is important that uh, basically insider trading is that if you're buying or selling or dealing in security on the basis of already having a price unpublished. So there's an important significance of the term unpublished price sensitive information. Sorry. So that's why it's important that they already have the information and knowledge about the stocks and how it will take place and who is actually going to make a profit for them. So that's why it is important that they tackle down and actually catch the person responsible for certain kind of art so that the normal or innocent investors' rights also get protected side by side. So yeah, that's the crux of the article. as the balancing of rights, a society at a large, the innocent stock buyer, and the wrongful action done by some individual in the form of insider trading. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Priyanshu, for explaining. Yeah, really, you have a great explanation about. I also want to add, not to add something, I want to explain about the one vocab has been used here, that is modus operandi. Yeah, modus operandi means so way of working, anything like way of operating. So really, it's coming in my mind that what was the modus operandi that they were using, because just like in banks, RBI monitoring each and everything, and same in the same way in companies, securities monitoring, all SEBI monitors, so Security Exchange Board of India. So yeah, it means that SEBI really doing a great work about the it analyzes the mm, linkage or what is wrong, illegal things happening in the companies. So really it is doing a great job. Yeah, thank you. Also, next participant, Priyanshu itself. Yeah, Priyanshu Patel. Very good morning again.
Very good morning.
Yeah. So go with your article number 13, right?
I want to change to article number 3, if it's possible.
Okay, yeah, it is possible, yeah. Go with
Okay,
your
thank
article.
you.
I was waiting here.
A very good morning to all of you. And
Okay, wait, Priyan. So
sorry.
someone saying something. Himmat Singh, are you saying something?
Yeah, I was asking
Yeah,
when will be number.
Himmat, you have to wait for a long time. Like Priyanshu, after Priyanshu, Apecha ma'am is there. After that, Amber ma'am, Sani, or 4 to 5 people. After that, your name. Okay, you have to wait at least
Okay,
30
okay.
minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
no
Priyanshu, you
worries,
can.
no worries. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. A very good morning to all of you, and happy Deepavali from my side to all the participants there, and also to whole EL family. So the title of my article is Supreme Court ruling on UP conversion law offers the scope to revisit the pending cases. Expert. This article is brought to us by Mayank Kumar, the Lucknow edition. The top court's verdict can help to curb the misuse of the state law as a tool of prosecution, experts say. Days after Supreme Court quashed the multiple first information report against several persons, including the Vice Chancellor of a university in Uttar Pradesh over the alleged charges of mass religious conversion under the Uttar Pradesh Prohibition of Unlawful Conversion of Religion Act 2021, legal experts say the ruling has a far-reaching implication for the state. They said a significant number of cases have been registered under the law, many of which can now be challenged. The judgment could prompt a reassessment of the pending cases, encourage the greater scrutiny of the FIR, and curb the misuse of the law as a tool of the prosecution, particularly against the minority communities, they say. While dismissing the case against the Rajendra Bihari Lal, the Vice Chancellor of the stamped Higginbotham University of the Agriculture, Technology and Sciences, Prayagraj, the top court said the FIR suffered from an incurable legal defect, having been lodged by a person otherwise not competent in the law to do so, as per the then prevailing statutory scheme. The judgment reinforces the principle that liberty and procedural fairness must not be sacrificed at the altar of the populace enforcement. The criminal law cannot be allowed to be a tool of harassment of the innocent person, allowing the prosecuting agency to initiate the proceeding at their whims and fancies on the basis of completely incredulous material. Sulkhan Singh, a former Uttar Pradesh Director General Police, told The Hindu. Mr. Singh said it was a fundamental right to follow and practice a faith of one's choice. This right cannot be stifled in the garb of preventing the unfair conversion. The religion carries the civil implications like inheritance, maintenance, and general welfare. Therefore, the conversion can be facilitated and regulated, but cannot be banned, he said. Watershed movement. S. Muhammad Haider Rizvi, a legal scholar and a senior advocate, based in Lucknow, termed the ruling a watershed movement in curbing the misuse of anti-conversion law in Uttar Pradesh, particularly against the minority. The ruling has far-reaching implications for the Uttar Pradesh. It sets a precedent for judicial intervention against the misuse of special legislation, reinforcing the principle that constitutional safeguard of personal liberty and religious freedom must not be diluted by the motivated or frivolous litigation, said Mr. Rizvi. With a huge number of FIR by third parties unconnected with the alleged offence and consequent arrest with no conviction as on date, the law is regressive, he added. The Apex Code had reaffirmed the law must not be weaponized to harass the marginalized, he said. In April 2022, an FIR was filed in Fatehpur district following a complaint lodged by Himanshu Dixit, a leader of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad. The complainant alleged that Mr. Lal and others were involved in cheating, criminal intimidation, forgery, unlawful religious conversion, as outlined in Section 3 of the State Conversion Law. Yeah, so I'm done with the article. So basically, I just want to start the article with that having a freedom of religion and exercising your right of that freedom of religion had to be in balance with the restriction enshrined under the Act, or not Act, but under Article 25 itself, as stated by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case judgment of Sarla Mudgal vs. Union of India, 1992-1994, by Honorable Justice Kuldeep Singh itself, that no doubt we have a religion or a fundamental right to practice, profess, and having a religion freedom to just convert to other religion in the garb, not in the garb of discarding your own religion or discarding any other practices which is not in line with the constitution. So basically that case was related to bigamy, but coming in this article, so basically this whole article is revolving around the UP conversion law, which stated that individual liberty as Article 21 and freedom of religion as the state's power. This article basically discussing about the state power to regulate the conversion under the public order. As I already mentioned that there are several restrictions, the public order, health, morality, and some other, which I forgotten. So basically, whether the criminal law must become a tool of harassment or not, and procedural fairness and liberty of the individual to go further with their own freedom of converting and practicing any other religion, and also whether the societal morality of tackling or targeting a criminal, not criminal, but minority communities with respect to having a constitutional morality which have the prevailing power, the constitutional morality of the justice, equity, conscience, reasonableness that should prevail, or societal morality that their own conscience of having a particular religion at its power, whether and other religion are not that equivalent. So which should prevail? That is the main issue with this article. So whether there are the Honorable Supreme Court see the several instances or cases where we can see that this law is being used to harass the individual and the minority only in the pretext of that there's a religious conversion, and there's it's a forceful one, not a voluntary one. So that's why that judiciary intervene in between to safeguard the liberty and fair trial, whether the trial is being prosecuted in a reasonable and just manner or not, as doing the balance of interest. So the crux of the article itself is just came down to one solution, that a criminal law must not be weaponized for any political or religious reason. As we can see in this article, there's a mentioning about a third party involvement or interference, whereas the parties to the proceeding or an agent to the proceedings can be a party in the criminal suit or a criminal trial. But here the third party who's not any interest involved in the subject matter of the suit, still they are filing a case against in the name of the religious conversion. So that's why the author and Honorable Supreme Court are criticizing that how you can initiate the prosecution of certain extent without having a check and balance in the preliminary stage itself. So yeah, we can do a lot of things. First of all, there has to be a constitutional safeguard, and the police authority had to be maintain or to follow the due process of law, and for any FIR if it's pending, it had to be scrutinized before the investigating officer at that point of time, whether it having a prima facie grounds to be proceed further or not, or before lodging any of the kind of information had to be seen that whether the third party interest has a political motive or not. So the police, by using certain mechanism, they all have the power and they all the responsibility to just reduce the number of cases if they are frivolous or false cases in the pretext of only to just harass the individual. So that's why the role and responsibility of the state, the police, and various investigating authorities have to be taken in consideration in the garb of not using or harassing, but utilizing it for the society enlargement, societal interest. So yeah, that's the crux of the article. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priyansh. Really, you have a great skill about the reading and explaining the article. Really, we are very glad to get you here on this session. Thank you so much. Keep coming, keep motivating the people. Thank you. So next one, Apecha. Are you there? Apecha, ma'am?
Yeah,
Yeah, very good morning. Happy Deepavali.
good morning. Happy Diwali.
Yeah, what is the difference between Deepavali and Diwali? Is there any difference?
I don't know.
So your article number is article number 2, right?
Yeah, too.
Yeah, go with your article. All the best.
Okay, thank you. So, a very good morning, all of you. My article number is 2. Uh, Permission denied for RSS march in Karnataka. Group had intended to take out the rally on Priyank Garg's turf. The police cite law and order concerns as multiple marches were also planned by him army Dalit Panthers on the same route. Karnataka's Chittorpur Taluk administration denied permission to the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh to hold its route march in the town on Sunday, citing potential law and other issues. The decision came after the Chittorpur police, in a report to Tahsildar Nagaya, Higher Math, expressed apprehensions that simultaneous processions planned by 3 organizations, the RSS, Bhim Army, and Bharatiya Dalit Panthers, on the same route the same day could lead to clashes between the groups. Chitapur had attracted political attention as the RSS had planned to take out a route march in this. So, constitutional rights are being taken away BJP. Condemning the denial of permissions for the RSS route march, BJP State President BY Vijendra on Sunday accused the Congress government of functioning in an audit, authoritarian manner. He alleged that constitutional rights were being snatched away by those who claim to uphold the constitution. HC directs administration to give report. The Karnataka High Court, in a special sitting on Sunday, directed the Kalaburgi District Administration to submit a report by October 24, indicating the action taken in according permission for revised proposal of the RSS to hold the route march in Chitapur on November 2 instead of October 19. Assembly consistency of Minister Priyank Garg, who was instrumental in the government making it mandatory for all organizations, including the RSS, to take permission from the authorities before using any public premises for their activities. Inflammatory ground. According to the report filed by the police, tension gripped Chitapur following an earlier incident in which an RSS worker allegedly made derogatory remarks and issued a live threat to Mr. Karls. The incident, which led to a case being registered in Bengaluru's Sadhasivanagar police station, had sparked protests across the state, including a bandh in Chitapur two days ago in support of Mr. Kaurs. So I have done my reading part, and I will summarize this article. So in this article, the Karnataka administration in Chitapur denied permission to the RSS Rashtriya Swam Sevak Singh to hold a march and citing possible law and order issues. The police said that the other group like Bhim Army and Dalit Panthers had also planned marches on the same route, which could lead to clashes. And also the area is the constituency of Minister Priyank Kargs, and the government had made it mandatory for all organizations to get permission before using public places. So BJP criticized the decision, saying the government is taking away constitutional rights. The High Court asked the district administration to give a report by October 24 about the denied permission and the revised plan for another date, like November 2. Earlier, tensions had risen in Chitapur after an Rashtriya Swam Sevak Sangh worker allegedly made derogatory remarks against Minister Kaurs, causing protest. So thank you everyone to listening me. And also sorry for background noise when I reading this article. Okay, thank you. Hello.
Yeah, Peksha, you're audible. So thanks a lot for contributing and keep coming, keep learning, keep going. I hope so you will join in the future session also. Basically, like Arvind sir is busy, so that's why I just taken the control of the host. So,
Okay.
thank you. So any other participant want to share their point of view with respect to this article? Article number 2. Okay. So basically this article, as beautifully concluded by the ma'am film, are talking about the balance of interest between the freedom of speech and the public order, as the restriction can be must be proportionally justified as by the police authority. There are the chances and apprehension of the clashes between three groups as stated in this article. So that's why it's important to take in consideration the background of various events, the Bangalore Stampede event and Combe Stampede and various other events. Then the latest the Karur incident. So the proactive role of the police authorities and state must be taken into consideration that they are actively involved in certain kinds of event and they taking their own responsibility in curing or curbing down any other kind of probable mishappening. So yeah, that I love and praise about the scene. So yeah, that's it. And the next participant is, let me see this.
Hello, Priyanshu, sir. Can you give some feedback?
Feedback.
How my explanation?
You already well versed in the reading, but try to do more in the concluding part.
Okay.
as in interrelate with some other article which you already read in with respect to that article, or related within constitution, that will work, as you already are well good reader, good speaker.
Okay. Thank you.
So next participant is Amber with
Yes,
article number 5.
good morning. Good morning, sir.
A very good morning, happy Deepavali.
Yeah, happy Diwali to
Amber,
all of you. Yes, yes.
you're most welcome. Now the stage is yours. Start with your reading.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, I select the fifth number of article. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Mhm. So good morning to all of you guys. Happy Diwali to all of you. Uh, Chandrayaan-2 makes first ever observation on lunar exosphere ISRO. The lunar orbiter of India's second moon mission Chandrayaan-2 has made the first ever observation of the effect of the sun's coronal mass ejection on the moon. Chandrayaan's atmospheric composition Explorer 2 payload on board the orbiter had made the observation. The Indian Space Research Organisation said on Saturday that the observation from Chandrayaan-2 showed an increase in the total pressure of the desired lunar exosphere, very thin atmosphere, when the CME impacted the moon. The total number density derived from these observations showed an increase by more than an order of magnitude. This increase is consistent with earlier theoretical models which predicted such an effect, but uh, Chase 2 on board Chandrayaan 2 has observed such an effect for the first time. The ISRO said, a rare occurrence. The space agency added that the opportunity to directly observe the effects of the CME on the moon come on a rare occurrence. On May 10, 2024, when a series of CMEs were heralded by the sun, this increased quantity of solar coronal mass that impacted on the moon enhanced the process of knocking off the atmosphere from the lunar surface, thereby liberating them to the lunar exosphere, which uh, which manifested which manifested as the enhancement of the total pressure in the sunlight lunar exosphere. It added. The space agency said that this observation would provide scientific insight into the understanding of the lunar exosphere and space weather effects on the moon. A lunar base apart from pushing the edges of our scientific
Hello,
understanding
assalamu
about the
alaikum.
moon.
Yeah, Amber, continue.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning, bro.
Yeah, Jubel, there's a session going on, so
This observation also indicates the challenges of
How are you doing, bro?
building.
Jubel, please you mute your mic. There's a session going on, newspaper session.
Okay.
If you want to read an article, you can choose an article number. It's a kind request. Please don't interrupt in between. Yeah, Amber, please continue.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Lunar base. Apart from pushing the edge of our scientific understanding about the moon and the lunar space weather, this observation also indicates the challenges of building scientific based on the moon. Lunar base architects need to account for such extreme extreme event extreme events which would temporarily alter the lunar environment before the effects subside. It said launched on July 20 launched on July 22nd 2020 2019 using the GSLV Mi rocket. Chandrayaan-2 carried 8 experiment payloads. However, the Vikram lander, while attempting attempt, attempting attempting to make a soft landing on the moon's surface, lost communication from the lander and the ground station. So I have completed my reading part. So now I'm going to summarization part little bit. This article relates to the Chandrayaan-2 Hawking first ever observation on lunar exosphere. Chandrayaan-2 is the second mission uh, of lunar orbiter. Indian Space Research Organization said on Saturday they observed like this tried to show how to chance to chase to increase the total pressure of day side. Yeah, I have done. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for reading. There's a connectivity issue at my end, but yeah, thank you for reading the article. Great explanation as far as I'm able to hear that about the article. So, any other participant, if they want to share their point of view with respect to article number as said by ma'am. Okay, no issue. So the next participant is S. Seni. A very good morning, sir, and happy Deepavali.
Good morning, all of you.
So your article number is, like, you want to read article number 10,
Yeah.
am I right?
Yeah, I want to read article number 10.
Okay.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there is some, fire rockets is going on. No problem. So good morning, all of you. Happy and safe Deepavali, all of you. And today we have the great festivals. So now I am going to read article number 10. Attractiveness of small saving interest rates. Rates are higher than required according to the formula. Over the past 4 to 5 months, G-Sec yield inched up as the market is looking at end of the current RBI rate cut cycle. Small saving scheme, also known as post office saving schemes, are useful for channelizing savings. Interest rates are set by the government quarterly. For the current quarter, the rate remains unchanged. This means it is beneficial to investors. Here's how. Basis for fixing rates. The interest rate on small saving scheme will be aligned with government security (G-Sec) rates of similar maturity with a spread. Markup. For example, the separate on the senior citizens saving scheme will be 1% over comparable maturity. G-Sec. The rationale for linking to the G-Sec yield in the secondary market is in line with interest rate movements in the economy and the market. Let us say benchmark G-Sec rates is X% and the markup as per the formula is Y%. Then the rate must be X% plus Y%. However, if the rate is higher, say X% plus Y% plus Z%, then Z represents the generosity of the government for citizens' benefits. The rates are revised every quarter, but not revised downward every quarter, even when G-Sec rates are sliding. Current rates, post office saving deposit rate is at 4%. Public Provident Fund (PPF) is supported to have a markup spread of 25 basis points. 100 BPS is equal to 1%. The relevant G-Sec rates, which is the average of G-Sec of corresponding maturity from June to August 2025. Relevant for the October-December 2025 quarter was 6.85%. Why this logic? The PPF rate should have been 6.58 plus 0.25 is equal to 6.83%. What it is the 7.1%? Here 27 BPS, 0.27% is Z components. Post office term deposit of 1, 2 and 3 year maturity rates to be at the corresponding G-Sec rate without any markup spread. For 5-year term deposit, the markup spread is 25 BPS. The maintenance rates are much higher. The higher yield on the Z is as much as 1.44% in 1 year term deposits. The rate offered is 6.9% for 1 year. Kisan Vikas Patra KBFP is at 0 spread with reference point at 6.58% and rate at 7.5%. The additional interest over formula is 0.92%. For NSE 8 issues VII issues which is at a markup of 25 BPS. The formula rate is 6.5%, 51% at 7.7%. The additional interest is 1.19%. Senior Citizen Saving Scheme SCSS has the highest markup spread of 1% over reference GSEC yield as social benevolence for seniors who may not have active income. At the reference GSEC yield up 6.12%. The formula rate is 7.12%. The rate on offer is 8.2% or an additional interest JAD of 1.01%. Sukanya Samriddhi account scheme, which has the longest tenure of 21 years. The formula markup is 75 BPS. The reference GSEC yield is 6.58%. Against the formula of 7.33%, the rate is 8.2%. The additional interest the girl child would get this quarter is 0.87%. Liquidity. For any investment, you must consider its liquidity. For small saving, post office schemes, rates are attractive and credit quality top grade as it is run by the government. The only other variable is liquidity. You can refer to the website www. As an example, National Scheme Certificate VII is insured cannot be closed prematurely before the 5-year term expected under extreme circumstances. Same is the case of for Kisan Vikas Patra. Time deposit can be closed prematurely at lower rates. Market movements. The Reserve Bank of India has reduced the reference repo rate. Earlier it was 6.5%, now it is 5.5%. There is a possibility, though on the lower side of the more rate cut of 25 BPS, 0.25%. This expectation is drawn by low inflation. Usually, GSEC yield in the secondary market move in consonance with RBI's interest rate steps. However, over the past 4 to 5 months, GSEC yields inched up as the market is looking at the end of the current RBI rate cut cycle. The implication is the reference GSEC yields levels mentioned earlier would be same or little higher for the next quarter. Hence, the probability of small saving interest rates deposit going forward is low. Conclusion: there is a generosity component or JAD in the currently prevailing small saving rates. It is likely these rates would be maintained going forward. From the safety aspects, arguably it is even safe than bank deposit as small saving schemes are run by government. You may compare the rates you get from the bank. You should compare the rates with a high grade bank, as it should be a like to like comparison. Only aspect to be taken care of is liquidity in the particular small saving scheme you are looking at. I have completed my reading parts. I try to summarize, especially this article written by the senior, Jaideep Sen. Jaideep Sen is the trade trainer and financial marketers also, and author also. So he says that author says that small saving scheme is more beneficial for the investors, and we know very well small saving schemes, also known as the post office schemes. The post office schemes is is running by the government, and government decide the rates, rates, interest rates every quarterly, I mean for after 4 months. And he says that in the government, in the small small saving schemes, we get some extra, yani ki jet components also. Jet components called to the generosity components. And he says that it's a jet components, and in we can say in small saving schemes there is no impact of the repo, in the market influences and the repo rate. Sometimes the repo rate, earlier repo rate was the more, but now the government have, now it's the down. So how we calculate the interest of in these schemes? I want to say that there is the three factors. One is the, one factor is the one factor, is the G factor, G scale government security. And second is the markup is the markup. And third is the jet components is the generosity. Jet components always, generosity components, it's provides the extra benefits of these schemes. So firstly, jet scale, and if any schemes have the jet scales is the X%, and the markup and spreads, I mean spreads markup is the Y%, then total interest is the X% plus the Y%. And if we have the small saving plans, then we get the jet components also. It means jet components depends of the BP basic points, depends of the basic points, and B it's the additional benefits, we can say. So jet percent. Now in the small saving schemes we get X% plus Y% and the jet percent. And he says that if if we have the Sukanya, if we have the and NSC, so NSC we have the formula rate 6.5%. Formula rate means in the X%, and then after we have the 25 BPS on that. So it means we got 0.25% extra, and total we have to the 7 near about the 8% of GSEC 8.2%, and we have the Kanya Samriddhi Yojana, and we have the 70 BPS, and GSEC is the 6.58, and we have to total interest of the we get 8.2%. It means it's the very it is the beneficial for the all the investors, and who want to the invest. So they should be go for the small saving schemes, and that's from my side. Thank you very much. Thanks.
So much, Sani, for reading and explaining. You are such a good reader and explainer for our group, and you are also very regular. That is the very good thing. Thank you so much, Sani, for explaining and reading. Keep coming, keep enhancing.
Sir, thank you all of you.
Achal ma'am, very good morning. Happy Deepavali.
A very happy Diwali.
Yeah, after a long time, actually. I'm seeing you, that's why I'm not able to control myself to say you happy Deepavali.
Yeah.
Okay, next participant. Sikha ma'am, Haritesh?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good morning and happy Deepavali, Sikha ma'am.
Siddhi.
So you article number 23 or 24?
24. It is too short.
24. Okay. Why you are selecting the short one?
It is nearer to me. This is Nepal. Nearer to our state. Government
Near to
trying,
the okay, sure, bye. All the best.
government trying to arrest me by crook won't appear for proof. Nepal's Oli. Nepal, this, 1 minute. Deposed Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli on Sunday said the current government is trying to arrest him by crook without significant grounds and that he had not indulged in any sort of corruption. There are all sorts of moves on the part of the government to arrest me on one or the other excuses, but I will not appear before any such commissions, said Oli. During his first interaction with editors and senior journalists in Kathmandu over a month after his ouster from power, Oli said that he was also not going to apologize for the killing of 76 people during September's youth protests. He said that he had not ordered the security forces to open fire and that now where does the Prime Minister apologize for this? Oli resigned in early September after violent protests by the youth against his government over corruption and a ban on social media, drawing parallels between himself and former Bangladesh leader Sheikh Hasina. He said youth rose in protest to dislodge a 75 years old PM, only to be replaced by someone a decade older, or calling Sushila Karki's rule illegal. He also signaled that his party would not contest in polls under her leadership. Meanwhile, senior Nepali Congress leader Gopal Man Shrestha said the former monarchy must also be a part of the conversations for national reconciliation. Reconciliations. That's all. This is about our former Prime Minister, that is Nepal's former Prime Minister Oli. Nepal Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. He has been he has been flew away for his sake of the life, because at that time the year generation also protesting regarding Facebook ban, and in this regard they also ferocious and all with the students also all sorts of moves on the part of the government, that is in the people of Nepal protest against him. But and also they told him that is due to corruption and also ban for the social media. And Nepal Prime Minister in this regard told that the current government is trying to arrest him by crook without sufficient ground, because he had not indulged any sort of corruption. And also it is
they have not appeared any such commission for probe. And during his first interaction with the editors, senior journalist in Kathmandu, a month after his ouster from power, and Oli said that he was not going to apologize for the killing of 76 people during September's youth protests because he has not ordered the security forces to open fire, and he described himself that is he is a 75 years old PM. So how could he apologize for this? Also, he resigned in the early September after violent protests again by the youth against the government at that government, and he also described that it is like the similar phenomenon like former Bangladesh leader Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina also had quit Bangladesh to India for sake of his life, and so he also told that it is a parallel similar thing, similar sequence, and that is also happening, and also that is that he told that Karki rule it is also illegal because they are not participate in the polls to contest under her leadership. Meanwhile, the senior Nepali Congress leader Gopal Man Shrestha said that the former monarchy must also be part of the conversation for national affiliations. That's all. That is nothing but that is
Thank you.
after a
Thank
long
you.
time. After a long time, he has opened his mouth. Yes.
Yeah, because earlier it was not situation like that. He could not open the mouth. Now now he's giving his explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's justifying everything that it's not my fault. I'm not indulging in the corruption and many
Yeah.
things he's telling about. Yeah, it happens. It happens also in friends. It happens also in relatives. Yeah. So why he is behind? Okay, so thank you so much, Sikha, for participating. Keep coming, keep enhancing yourself, and also motivating us time to time. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now next participant is Himmat Singh, but now he is not here. It's really more patience required to get our chance. So now I'm going to wrap up the session because all participants. I'm going to see the website again. I think it's about 7:30. It is being closed, so it has been closed. So there is no use to see the website. So I'm going to wrap up the session. Thank you so much, all the participants who came here and participated. Also,
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but even I gave my name today.
you also registered there, ma'am.
Yes, I registered.
Okay. I go to see. Start, and after that, I in the meanwhile I will see that. How
So,
can I
which
stop you?
article is okay? Which article is not done so that I can read that one?
You tell which article you want to read, then I will tell that it has been done or not.
Is 11 done?
Madra- No, it is still not done. No, Himmat Singh has registered about the 11, but he is not here. So now you can.
Okay, so the article says asks the question, what is it? Botanical sexism, a male bias. This article is given by Vasudevan Mukund. Have you ever wondered why your allergies seem to get worse in the spring and fall? Part of the blame may lie with a concept called botanical sexism. This term, coined by horticulturist Tom Organ, refers to a long-standing practice in urban planning of planting more male flora than female. Male trees produce pollen, the fine, powdery substance that triggers allergies in many people. Female trees receive pollen to produce fruits and seeds. For decades, city planners have often chose to plant male trees to avoid the mess of fallen fruits and seeds on the streets. In fact, the 1949 US Department of Agriculture Yearbook even recommend planting male trees to avoid this nuisance. One unintended consequence of this preference in history was a significant increase in the amount of pollen in our urban environments. With fewer female trees to capture the pollen, the air becomes saturated with the allergens, leading to a rise in seasonal allergies and asthma. While some scientists have argued that the impact of botanical sexism is overstated and that other factors like pollution contribute to allergy severity, the connection between a high concentration of male plants and increased pollen is a legitimate issue. The discussion around botanical sexism highlights how particular choices in urban landscapes can directly affect public health. By understanding this concept, planners and policymakers can advocate for more balanced and diverse planting in communities, which could lead to cleaner air and fewer sneezes for everyone. And below the picture, the title is given. The discussion around botanical sexism highlights how particular choices in urban landscape can directly affect public health. So, this article is about a concept called botanical sexism, and this article is written by Vasudevan Mukund. And this term was first used by a famous horticulturist, Tom Organ. So, what we mean by this term is like when urban, this is a story like when urban planners planted trees in city, so they preferred planting more male plants rather than female. There was no balance, and reason is that male plants, they generally produce pollen, and female are the one who receive pollen grains and then convert them into seed and make fruit, so that the fruit may not fall and make the city dirty, so they prefer a male tree more. And now what happened, just because of this preference, we do have issues like pollen allergies and different other health effects, leading to even severe health causes such as asthma and polluting air in some way, because the concentration of pollen out there is so evident. So what's the solution? If the number of both male and female plants were balanced, then female would have received the pollen and converted them into fruit. So in that way, we must have gotten the fruit also. But now it's not the condition. It just affects our health. So yes, this is a term. This is a uh, theory which is new to us, but we can get the problem, and balance is the key, be it humans, be it plants, and that's how nature goes on. So this is what the article is all about, and thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, Nasul ma'am, for coming and explaining and reading for everything you have. You are doing great. I mean to say, you have, I think, more knowledge about the botanical things. That's why you are explaining it very in a different way and a very good way. So thank you so much, Achal ma'am.
May I add one point
Yeah,
related
sure,
to this
sure, you can,
article?
sir. I was waiting for you. Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
You can, sir.
So Anchal beautifully explained, and this is very interesting article. And I first thank to Anchal for reading this article, and I literally got to know the very new aspect of this could also be the cause of allergy and pollution in the environment. I mean, this is a very new aspect of reading these sort of things. But I am little bit aware about the plant reproduction. So because article is itself talking about that, some scientists are in the consonance and some maybe disagree with the fact that, this is not that a very huge case. But as much as I understand about the, plant reproduction, you might have heard about the anther and stigma. Anther is basically the male part of the particular plant, and stigma is basically the female part of the particular plant. So pollen grain basically erupt from the anther part, and then it is being captured by the stigma. So that's how the reproduction occurs. You might have heard about the ovule and ovary and all these sort of things. So anther are basically like a sperm, right? And stigma is basically, there is a part in the stigma where there is the ovary, and that is being captured by the stigma only. But we must understand the intricacy of this study could be in like way that the the basically the reproduction is also of two type, right? Self pollination could be there and cross pollination could be there in the plant. So whether cross pollinated plant are only the reason for these sort of allergy or pollution in the environment, or this is only the problem with the self pollinated plant. What happens basically with the self pollinated plants, basically in a same plant there would be the female and male part, but in most of the plants you would see that there is either female part or either male part. There would either only be the anther or there could also be the stigma as well with the same plant. These are called the bisexual plant, right? But according to me, I might be wrong in my opinion, but what I feel that this is not a huge problem with the bisexual plant, because anther could easily be captured by the stigma in this particular case scenario. But what could happen if the plant are not bisexual or unisexual, whether it is only male or female? So then what will happen in that particular case scenario? When the pollen grain are erupted by the anther, so then the pollen grain must go to the environment, or maybe in the water, or maybe in the atmosphere. So in that case scenario, there could be the more problem of the allergy and pollutions. So it is only related to the bisexual plant or related to the unisexual plant. It also depend on what sort of plants we are talking about. This is only my opinion. I might be wrong, because the scientist also in not a completely in agreement with this particular research. But yeah, this also could be the possibility. When we are talking about the anther and pollen grain, we, I think, somehow need to segregate the plant as well, which sort of plant we need to move. So in that particular case scenario, if you are saying that there must be the less male plant, yes, but we must understand some plants are bisexual in nature and they must be there in the environment. They are very much required in the environment. This is what I feel. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, UK sir, for explaining such a great explanation you have. And about your opinion, I also don't know about more about, so how I cannot say that what is correct or what is not correct. If anybody, Achal ma'am or anybody else know about it very well, that they can only understand. So, but you have explained very good way, just because I studied in Hindi medium, so I'm getting what you are saying, but I'm not aware of the or total technology. I mean, not technology, terminology, because I belong to mathematics background, so it's really hard for me to understand more things. Up to 10th level I studied, but after that, yeah. So yeah, but we have to understand all these things.
I also come from Hindi medium, by the way, Arvind.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so it happens. Yeah, many
If
people
it is
will be
that is
from
a
India medium.
knowledgeable person in everywhere, every
Yeah,
field. And he also that it is also clear, and that is which never nobody can know. That is the thing. I
yeah.
also don't know
Most of the things.
about
Yeah,
it.
but everybody has his own interest.
Yeah.
So that's why.
But
Yeah,
people
UK sir
have
really a
everything.
great sir. Yeah.
Interest in biology, in politics, in political science, everything. That is, I
Yeah.
don't know in
Okay,
mathematics
thank you
or
so
not.
much. Yeah, thank you so much, Sika ma'am, and thank you so much, UK sir. Thank you so much, Achal ma'am. At last, you explained this
I
article.
want to
Is
say
such a
that it is against the nature. It is good or bad. I think that is UK. You can say
I'm not
hello.
getting sick.
I
Yeah, you
already
can.
explained, ma'am, so I don't think so I can say more about this, because
Yeah.
scientists
Okay,
itself are not in the consonance.
okay.
Okay, thank you so much all. And in between also, sir, what's Priyansu sir also, took care of this group. So thank you so much, Priyansu Patil also here. So I'm going to wrap up this session. After that, you can do the casual conversation. And thank you so much for all who has come here and participating in this session. Yeah. So keep coming, keep enhancing yourself. Yeah. Thank you. Happy Diwali to you all once more. Thank you.
Yes, yes, same to you, same to you.